welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to go over how I completed this look. It is the Mean Green Fighting Machine Cut Crease Halo Smoky Eye. I mean, it's everything. So I'm going to break down everything that I used. This is part 2 of the James Charles palette review. I'm also going to do a review on this brush set, the Sigma Best of Sigma brush set that was gifted to me. So stay tuned to see if these brushes helped achieve this look. Okay, so for this look, I definitely want to try this new brush set that I got for Christmas. The Sigma Best of Sigma brush set. So shout out to my little sister for getting me this set. I'm excited to try all these brushes. So it comes with 7 brushes. So we're going to try to use them all. This will be the first time I'm going to use Sigma. So pretty excited. So let's get started. So going to do another look using the Morphe and James Charles mini palette. So this is going to be part 2. I said it, part 2. So let's get into it. So if I say so one more time, I swear I'm just gonna turn off the camera and go to sleep. So I'm gonna do a cut crease halo eyeshadow look, lime green. This is why I have these nails on, these claws. The good thing about this cute little brush set is that they have all the information on the back of the box as to what brush is for what. It's only a 7 brush set, so maybe more than that. You know, for this mug, you may need 100. We're gonna go in using the shade Canvas right here, just to kind of make a blank canvas, I guess. So I'm gonna go in with the E38 brush from Sigma. And you know what? As I'm doing that, it's not really picking up too much, you know? But we're going to try it out. We're going to give it a chance, you know? What I'm doing is just kind of setting my eyelid so I can get into the nitty gritty and start with my look. I'm not going to even take off any excess because I feel like when I do that, a lot comes off. And also, it's, I don't know. That's all I gotta say. So now we're gonna go in with this beautiful green color here at the bottom, and this green color is called Daddy. Okay, and we're gonna go kind of above the crease using that same brush. I cleaned it off, the E38 brush from Sigma. What I'm doing is just really packing that, and we're gonna do, I went a little bit higher than what I wanted to. But that's okay. We're not going to blame the brush. We're going to blame my ex. Let me switch brushes. This is more for blending. And I'm going to go in with the E38 brush in the Sigma collection. Is this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like a little smudger. But you know what? And this brush looks like it's dented. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. Where's the pick? It's not. So I don't know what happened to my brush. But that's okay. We're going to keep moving. So dip that into the same shade, Daddy. How can I forget that name? And we're going to pack. See, so much better. Okay, so switch the brush, guys. Don't use that E38 for this part yet. We're going to pack that in there as much as possible. But I kind of like that this brush bent this way because it really does help apply it a little bit better. So, Karma gods. You can't get me today. Not today, Satan. Okay, so now that we've done that, since I've messed up and used one of the brushes, the blending brushes, and used that color, I'm not going to go in back with this brush, the E38 that I had that I initially started with. So I'm going to cheat and take a brush, a Morphe brush that's clean. I don't have any product. Okay, as I'm doing that, product is coming out. It's the M139 brush. I'm going to go back with this shade here and kind of blend the harsh lines above near the brow bone just to kind of smooth out the shadow there. Okay, so once you successfully look like a raccoon, you're doing good. You know you're on the right path. to greatness. We're gonna go in with the shade Spooky. And we're gonna go towards the crease. And again, I don't want it too low. So we're going a little bit more above the crease a little bit and just packing that in. Pack. Like you're gonna pack your bags when you find your man liking some other girl's pic. So I'm gonna go back in with the E38 brush and kind of blend in any harsh lines there. And you know what? This brush is a little bit bigger or larger than I'm wanting for this particular motion because it's just starting to get everywhere, but that's fine again. Like, it is what it is. We can make it work. It is blending though. I really don't have to do too much to blend. Just blend. And so I kind of blended that up a little bit. I'm going to go back with that same brush, the E34, go back into Spooky, just to deepen that color a little bit because the blending kind of removes some of the product. So now we're going to cut that crease. We're going to go in and cut the crease. And because it's going to be like a halo kind of a cut crease, I'm going to start off in the center. Typically I start off in the corner of my eye and then work my way, but since it's going to be a halo, so both inner corner and outer corner of the eye will be blended in. I'm going to start at the center of my eyelid because I'm a motherfucking bone. So the next thing is to put the lightest color on. Sometimes I'll go from dark to light, but I really want to use that same brush. So I'm going to start off with light to dark. I'm going to go in using the brush E57 Sigma brush, the firm shader. Let's see how this works. So apparently it's to help apply a tense color across the lid. That's exactly what we're doing. So I'm going to go in with the shade Social Blade. Look at that cute shade. So I'm going to go in and pack. So I'm going to go in and pack it on the center. Since it's going to be like a halo effect, I'm just going to keep it all as much as I'm going to pack as much as I can all into the center, all the way into the very edge of the crease. So to get that, I then dip the brush at the very edge, not the face part of it, but the very edge. Dip that in there, pat, and then that way it'll help get to the edge of the cut crease. And then as you build, you're going to go from like side to side almost to start getting that halo effect. So I know this sounds kind of weird, but I kind of picture it like a tornado, like the shape, or you know what, not even a tornado, like a pizza. You know, it's like a triangular shape. And so I kind of go from the top of the cut crease, a more of a wider area, and as I get to the eyeball, as I get to my pupil, it kind of narrows down a little bit, so you can start getting that effect. But I do go a little bit outside of that, so that way it can start blending. So as I put the darker colors, it starts to blend in with the lighter colors, and it just kind of, I really like this brush. This brush really picks up a lot of product, and it really does what it's supposed to do, which is, you know, really what does it say? It applies intense color across the lid, and it really does. Okay, so then going in with that shadow towards the edges and then blending that inward. So first you're packing and then blending in. Same on this side as well. So I'm going to go in with the E34 brush again. And I'm going in with the shade Spooky, and then kind of tap, 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 tap. Remember, it's black, so you gotta be careful. So you're gonna press, blend, press, blend. You guys, I'm really liking this E34 brush to kind of get in, especially with the black shadow. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I like this brush. This is a nice brush set. Alright, so once that's done, I'm going to go in and do several things. So recap on the brushes. So the first one I used was the E38 Diffused Crease brush. And that one is supposed to soften and blend harsh color lines. So I used it for this area. I did like how it blended very easily. It is a little bit larger than I'd like to kind of do all of that, but it still did its job. I just have to be a little bit more careful. And then I went in using Domed Utility, and this is supposed to apply intense or deep color to the crease. And it did just that with applying the dark. So really liked it. Again, it came a little bit more slanted than it's supposed to, but it really worked in my favor by it being slanted like that. I think it was just maybe the way it was placed in the packaging, and it just got stuck that way. Then the next brush I used was the Firm Shader, the E57 brush. This is supposed to apply intense color across the lid, and it did that when I used it for the Social Blade color, that light, the lightest green color I have on my lid. They really packed it on there. And then the one I have not used is the E21 Smudge brush, this little small brush. What it's supposed to do is precisely blend liner or shadow along the lash lines. I really want to go in and add a little bit more of the Social Blade shade, just to kind of intensify that color there. So then what I'm going to do is apply my foundation and apply my concealer. I'm going to go in with the F80 Flat Kabuki brush for my foundation, and I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Matte HD High Definition Longer Matte Foundation. You know what? These names are just getting longer and longer. Like, just tell me a name, the brand, and what it is, you know? You don't need to do this whole paragraph right here. So typically I apply my foundation with a sponge. So it's going to be new to me. I mean, with the Beauty Blender, my bad. Sponge. Washing dishes around here. What I do like about it is that with the Beauty Blender, it's hard to spread the foundation. So with the brush, you can spread the product a little bit more easily. I still feel like I have to kind of go in and blend it a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blend it with a Beauty Blender. Then I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm going to apply it with the Sigma P88 brush. And this is the Precision Flat Angled brush. This is to apply concealer with precision in hard to reach areas. So since I've already put that on there, I'm just going to continue. I think I'm just going with the harder hand, but I feel like it's spreading the product versus blending. But again, this is just to apply. I use the Tarte Shape Tape, so it has already an applicator, so I don't really need this brush. But if I was using like a concealer pot, then I would use this brush. Then I'm going to go in with the F64 brush. This is just to blend the concealer. I still feel like I need to go in with the Beauty Blender to just kind of further blend it in, but this part right here where you're kind of blending it out, I like that. The Beauty Blender does not do that, like where it kind of spreads it out evenly. You know what? I really like this brush. It's very soft and it really does blend the product out. Not really bad at all. You know what? And the Beauty Blender, whenever I try to blend in between my eyebrows, I always get scared that it's going to get some of the eyebrow color. So using a brush for this particular spot is not a bad idea, actually. So now that is done. One step that I wanted to add, I'm going to go in just to kind of lighten up the eyeshadow a little bit. I'm going to go in with the Sephora liner. It is the color Fresh Lemonade 37. It's like this kind of neon color, matches my nails. And I really want to add it a little bit more towards the center, or in the center of my lid, to give it a little bit more of a pop. I'm going to go in with the Sigma E21 brush and try to smooth out those lines. Once that is done, then we're going to focus on the bottom lash line. I'm going to do the same effect, the lighter green in the center of the eye. Go in with that first using the same brush, E21 brush from Sigma. First, kind of packing that in there. You want to follow along the color. So then that's done. That completes the eyeshadow look. And then I'm going to go in and do lashes and eyeliner, and then I'll be back so we can finish up the lips. So I've gotten my lashes on, use my eyeliner, use the same eyeliner, which is the NYX Epic Liner. And for my lashes, I'm using Anna Garden's lashes in Self Love. These are really, really cute. It really is a little bit more of a dramatic look, but again, this is a dramatic look itself, so it really complements it, and I love it so much. She has a lot of different styles as well, so if you follow her on Instagram, I highly recommend you know, getting a couple. They're very inexpensive and they're beautiful. So now it's time to do lips. So I'm gonna go in using the Morphe lip liner Sweet Tea. I'm going to use the KKW Beauty cream lipstick kit and using the shade Nude 3. Then we'll go back with the lip liner just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Last look, I use the Jeffree Star Ice Cold Skin Frost. For this look, I'm going to use another Jeffree Star, which I love this highlighter as well. And this is Uranus. Remember when I first heard this highlighter, I was like, I must get it. So going with my highlighter brush that I use, the M15 brush. If you guys want to check out my other videos, I kind of go more into detail as to how I highlight and how I apply the highlighter and what motion and all of that. So that concludes this look, and I'm just going to redo my hair, and that's it. Also, if you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, put that those notifications on, as I will be posting all throughout the week of V-Day look. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video.